Cool, cool.
We're on.
So, John, I like wearing black. Should wear
We're
black.
on. We're on.
Good morning from Green Valley.
Morning, everyone. How we all doing?
This is John Stoll and Jim Cerrone from the Green Valley office, along with our brilliant technician, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne will be off
Hi.
camera, but you'll be able to hear her, and that's the most important thing. So she's got some. So we were just sitting there talking about algorithms, right?
Yeah.
So what? Can you kind of explain
Yeah.
algorithm?
So, the algorithm is interesting. A lot of people, because I guess it scares a lot of people.
Mhm.
The word,
The word.
which I didn't even realize it did until I kept mentioning the word algorithm to you two, and you both were like, "That's a bad word. Don't say that word." But the algorithm isn't something you should be scared of necessarily because it's just a word to explain how a video or a post or a TikTok is able to show up on your page.
Okay.
And it's the best word to describe what's happening, I guess, because, if you look at the TikTok algorithm, TikTok is extremely addictive,
Mhm.
which
Oh yeah, I know that firsthand.
yeah, it's extremely addicted.
Well,
Addictive.
before you do that, let me ask you a question because you brought up a point about something. Do each one of these social media sites that we talk about all the time, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, are all they using different algorithms?
So that's a great question. I'm not sure how they're able to have these algorithms, but the way that they design their website or their platform, they make it so what you're scrolling through, what you're liking, posts that you're rewatching, posts that you're saving, people that you're following, other people who you're following, people who your following's following, it somehow is able to detect who all of those people are, and it detects who is liking, and it detects what you're enjoying, so that way it can find posts
There you go.
to better suit your needs. And
Well, I think what you said when you started perfectly was it determines how things show up, and you're going to see it
Yeah.
based on your
exactly
all kinds of different things. What's
which
your pattern,
and
what you watch.
I guess in a way, the reason for it is to specifically make their platform addicting for you to use more.
Mhm.
Because if you're getting more of the same posts, that's why TikTok's so popular. Because if you're getting posts that you like, and if you're getting funny videos, or if you're getting a bunch of like cat videos, you're gonna go on the app more because it's producing
What you like.
what you
What
like,
you-
and
what
it's
you're interested in.
yeah, exactly. And it's, I mean, in a way it's technically producing serotonin in your brain, and obviously you're gonna go on to there more often. I mean, the algorithm's very interesting in that way.
Like I get all real estate. I get
Yeah.
cars. I get-
But if you notice, when you first got onto TikTok, right?
Mhm.
You correct me if I'm wrong, but when you first got onto TikTok, you're like, I don't really like this. And
Hate
you
it.
kept scrolling
No.
and scrolling.
Yeah,
But as you kept scrolling and as you kept liking,
true.
then it started to get more of what you like. And now you can't get off it. And that's what
So
it's
it has
doing.
a memory. It has a
It
memory.
it remembers what you enjoy, and it kind of does like a game of like, oh, wonder if you're gonna like this video, and you're like, actually, I
But
didn't.
I don't like any videos. I don't ever like. I've never liked the video. I've never done anything like that.
Have you rewatched a video though?
Not that I can think of. But ones I watch, I stay on longer. Does that make a difference?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, it determines what you're like actually sitting through. It's and who you're following too. Do you
I get-
follow people?
Yeah, I get a lot of
Yeah.
motivational stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Look, I mean, TikTok. We talk about it as if it's some kind of joke, but it's it's pretty powerful. It's pretty incredible. I learned a lot of cool stuff off TikTok. It was great.
Yeah, it's
I mean, there's some great, like Anthony Robbins on. Everybody's on TikTok now.
yeah, the TikTok has, I believe right now it's the top most, like, the smartest algorithm out of all of the social media platforms. Facebook is great, yeah, but really what it's doing, I mean, there's a bunch of theories on what Facebook's algorithm's doing, and it's listening to you through your phone and your microphone. Believe what you want, but really it's all it's doing is it's just recognizing what you're enjoying and just somehow
Picked it up and
showing you ads for it, or things like that.
So tomorrow, during our sales meeting, 9:30, we're going to be talking about all of those things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
start-
So first of all, we just went through amazing class. We'll talk about that in a minute. But tomorrow, as John brings up, you'll want to be at our sales meeting for sure, 9:30 Tuesday right here. Cheyenne went through the trouble of creating what we're calling starter pack, right? We have an Instagram starter pack, we have a YouTube starter pack, and a TikTok starter pack. And these are-
all, as it's seen in the stores for dummies. So
Exactly. And
starter
we're gonna-
pack, so you don't know what you're doing. Here's how you do it.
We're gonna pass these out, and they're just a real quick.
It's
I
a
mean, it's
four
what, 4 pages, right?
four-step guide. I believe
That'll
the
be simpler.
exactly, and I believe the top like steps is six
Mhm.
simple steps, and I made it purposefully so you could just glance at it and have a better understanding of the social media platform.
Does it give you instructions on how to log in and get an account?
Not quite. It
So that-
probably should,
Well,
maybe.
If you can't do that, then you might as well,
I mean,
that's pretty simple.
it's
Well, I wouldn't say that, because right now, if you said to me, do you have a TikTok account? I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say to you, how do I log in? How do I get a TikTok account? I have no
So
idea.
we have to do we'll explain that tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah.
Rather than do it here, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
That's something I think
we've already planned these.
that's yeah. Well, these are going to be very informational for everybody. But how do you get there?
yeah.
What are the beginning steps to get to some of these things? A lot
Yeah.
of people don't like social media and haven't touched it, so they don't know how to get into
No.
Instagram or YouTube's really
Hmm.
no. And that's what we walk into our class that we just had. YouTube was all about YouTube. And one of our top producers gave us an outstanding class on not only how to do it, but to do it in ways that nobody else has thought about. At least that's the way I took it. I mean, I looked at her and asked her some questions. And it's almost like what we do in Realty One, the unbrokerage, the concept of they're going to do everything over there that way, and we're going to be different and do it our way. And that's what we sell. That's what we do. We're different than everybody else. And Erica Lee, actually gave a class and said, okay, this is traditionally how everybody does YouTube, but I don't do it that way. You're not supposed to do this. Well, that's what I do.
Exactly.
And she's been, what's the numbers?
So she started, I hired Erica Lee many years ago. I think it was like 2018, 19, and she determined she's going to embrace social media. I should say not social media, but YouTube. I'm going to go all in on social media. She did 5 transactions in 2019. Now, guys, listen to these numbers. This is important stuff. 5 transactions in 2019. Embraced video. 9 transactions in 2020. So not a big number, but nonetheless, double their business, right? Who would not want to welcome that? After video, 30 transactions in 2021.
And what percentage of that 30 came from
What
video?
did you say, John? What
She
you
said 3/4 of the transactions she did off that 30 transactions came from the videos that she was posting.
In fact, I think she said it got so overwhelming that she had to back off. a
Yeah,
little
she had
bit.
to pull
She
back.
had so much business from video, she had to back off.
And these aren't videos, the normal go into a $300,000 house and look around.
No.
She's putting videos out there from Lou Huron, I mean, Blue Heron rather. And these are expensive homes, Toll Brother homes. I mean, high-end luxury homes. And she's getting people to buy them sight unseen. They're
So-
not even coming in to see the house. How many did she say she sold that way?
Like
Six.
six or seven homes that she never even met the people.
Still
They're
closing.
Closing.
Still closing.
And that's why you'll see, we did a video class last week on the show. We're doing one today on video. We're doing a meeting tomorrow. We had our Premium One training on video. So do we have more emphasis on video? I don't think so. But not everyone can do video, Cheyenne, right? Cheyenne, I mean,
It is as simple as picking up a camera and talking to it
Mhm.
or just shooting a video. But no, there's not everyone that can do video. I mean, some people are going to be like, "Oh, I can't do video.
Right.
That's terrifying. I don't want to be seen." Like, but in reality, it's really more of something that you have to get over as a person. You just have to just put up with it, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
just have to deal with
that's how it's gonna be for
Mhm.
the rest of time. Since, I mean, I don't see computers or electronics going away in the next 20 years. In fact, I see it advancing.
Well, one of the things that she did in that class, and I found it just amusing, just unbelievable. She actually videoed a property, just like we normally would walk around and show everything, but she was going under sinks and everything else. Then she added herself and the narration to all that stuff that she just showed. So it was like two videos, one on top of the other.
Yeah.
The second one was explaining everything that you were seeing, but in detail, how things were put together, why this is here, why that is. It was different than walking around just saying, well, there's the kitchen and there's the
Right,
bathroom.
right.
She completely brought it in a different way. What were your thoughts on it? Did you see it?
I didn't see the video.
Do we have one of them up there?
Yeah, we're gonna look at it in a second.
Do you want to look at it now?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's look at it now.
Because what caught my attention when I first saw it was that she said, "I'm out here at Lake Las Vegas, and Blue Heron's out here." And the first thing I thought of, well, why do I need you if I know Blue Heron's out there? I'll just go out there myself. She didn't even care about that, right, John?
Right.
She could have cared less. If you want to go out there, at least I'll let you know Blue Heron's out there, so maybe you'll think of me. I don't know, whatever. But she said, I want people that are serious that want to call me, and I want people that want to actually use me opposed to going around me like the average person would think. And if she goes to a builder, what do we always say? Never give the builder, never give the address. She said, I do all that. I include all that. Yeah.
Again, what I said, they do it this way. She does it her way, and it works.
I mean, to be honest with you, people like when you're blunt and
Yeah.
to the point about it, and people are going to choose you because of that. I mean, if you're concealing information, someone's not going to.
And what she said about how she goes in and she'll explain the extras.
Yeah.
And
Well,
how much
awesome.
the extras cost. So you're
Yeah.
going to go to the design center, and this is going to cost you this. This is going to cost you this. The base price is usually around here, and the extras usually cost about this much. So she goes into all these numbers that they're going to have to go through, and she's educating them before they even get there.
See, and a lot of people like that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people like when you're to the point. This is how much this house is going to cost you. If you want to upgrade, that's how much it's going to be. And people like that. They just like and obviously in her views and her subscriber count, you can tell people enjoy what she's doing and the fact that she is so honest about everything,
Yeah.
She's not hiding how much it's going to cost. Alright.
Let's take a look.
That graphic is done by Canva, right? What an
Hi everybody, this is Erica. How's everybody doing today? I have a couple hours before I pick up
You
my
stop right
kids,
there.
and I just finished all my.
So how does she actually put herself on that? So she said it's done by her phone because it's done with two. I know we have 3 cameras, right?
Mhm.
Is that the way it's done? Like 3 different cameras or what?
I mean, yeah, it's as simple as, I mean, if you have a tripod, or you could really even use your front facing camera and just film it like you would be taking like a selfie or anything like that. So like it's that something like that where if you're
I'm filming like Las Vegas while I'm
Mhm.
driving.
Mhm.
I keep myself in the same frame.
so actually
Well, she
I
added that frame.
yeah, so I
That gives
think
the added the description of what she's going to do.
I mean,
Right, but I'm saying, the average
So-
person's not gonna know how to take a
yeah.
video and put yourself in the video as well.
So that's a little, I mean, not really advanced, but any basic, to my knowledge, pretty much any basic video editor, you should be able to put 2 video clips into the editing software and then just from there resize and put the video where you want it to be in the video. Filming something like this, like the background, just a simple tripod on your dashboard will get these shots perfectly.
You're saying it's not that difficult.
It's really not. And if she said she's using Canva, I have been playing around with Canva and I absolutely love it. I think it's such a easy and just they have a bunch of templates. So if you're not the most creative person in the world, which I am not, they have a bunch of templates for you and you can easily just go on there, gain inspiration from there, and it's so easy and simple to use. Video editing softwares, there's a bunch that are easy to use. If you don't want to pay for them,
One that you mentioned on Filmora was one?
Yes, actually, it was Filmora.
Filmora. I'm not familiar
She
personally.
made it sound like there's multiple.
There's
Tons, like what
countless
you're saying.
countless of editing softwares. It just depends on whether or not you want to spend money for them, if you want to have a subscription for them. Personally, I think Premiere Pro is pretty easy to use and it's self-explanatory, and honestly, if you want to figure out how to do something, it's as simple as googling it or just going onto your YouTube video. And it's a lot of the YouTube videos, they'll explain it in as like 5 minutes, and it's really not that difficult. They have also master classes, but really I don't see the point in paying for master classes when everything's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
But 3 off the top of my head, which is the 3 that I put into the YouTube starter pack, because doing YouTube, you're going to need an editing software. The 3 that I put in: Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, and if you're a Mac user, Final Cut Pro. No, yes, Final Cut Pro.
Well, come to the meeting tomorrow because we have this and so much more, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes. Okay. Play?
Yep,
Okay.
you're good.
A meeting.
Well-
So I'm just gonna walk around the Lake Las Vegas and show you around, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the new communities that are coming up, especially with the Blue Heron. So let's get started.
Great video. Look at that. That's just
Lake
the
Las
Google
Vegas is
Earth.
about 35 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, and if you're coming from the airport, it takes about 30 minutes. If you're planning to check out some restaurants, I recommend parking at the Hilton Lake Las Vegas. This is the only parking that I park when I come to Lake Las Vegas. It is fully covered and free parking. Here's a little tip for the parking. Always park at the 4th floor. It is connected to the village. So you can just walk right to the village or the hotel.
I like
Yeah,
the fact.
I gotta say, see what I mean?
Yeah, I like the fact that
Yeah.
she's giving tips.
Inside information, right?
Yeah.
This was Tuesday and it was really quiet, which I love. I don't like when things are way too crowded. If you go during the weekend, if there is some sort of event, it's going to be really crowded.
I think for like people coming
There
out
are
of
two
town, they
major hotels
appreciate
in
that.
Las Vegas, Hilton and the Westin. These hotels don't have casinos, so if you are a gambler, I recommend going somewhere else. It can be pretty boring at nighttime. But it is a really nice place to just relax, and feel like you're not even in the Vegas.
Wow. So if
I
I'm
think that's a
sitting in
major
somewhere in
reason why
Pennsylvania
people
somewhere,
going
and
back
I'm
to
going,
Lake Las
that's
Vegas
Las
and just
Vegas,
walk
really?
around.
Yeah. I like the fact that she brought up it was boring at night. I like that because it's like
It
because
is.
it's like
It's boring
yeah,
right now. Like Las Vegas is still has not fallen into its own yet.
It's
Still
not-
needs to
yeah.
step it up out
it's-
there.
But I like the fact that she mentioned that, you know, brings character.
And there are lots of new communities coming up. So I happen to come to like Las Vegas more often, but it is just lovely when the weather's perfect. I can just walk around, relax a little bit before my other appointments.
And she just did this video the other day, I think. too,
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Right?
Lake Las Vegas is getting bigger and bigger. There are a total of 10,452 households in Lake Las Vegas.
So I do want to mention there's a little bit of music in the background, and I want to stress this as much as possible. Please don't use copyright
Right.
music in the background of your videos because it will instantly get flagged by YouTube. In fact, I don't even think they allow you to post a video if they know there's a song in the background that's from, you know, that's copywritten. So please use royalty free, copyright free music. You can easily Google or it's on YouTube to free to download. Don't put copyright music in the background.
It is master plan community and there is a master HOA. The master HOA fee is $125 per month. This doesn't include any amenity. A lot of people ask me about the sports club that they have in like Las Vegas. That's going to be the separate membership. So if you want to join, there's an initiation fee of $10,000. Some house owners already have it. So that's something that you
Okay, I
want
think
to
we've
check if
seen
purchase
enough
at
of this
home.
one.
Maybe
I mean, we get the idea. Informational, soft music in the background, non-royalty, royalty-free music, whatever. Just real simple, right?
Yeah, she's filming an area, then going back and explaining the area, and that's what I like about it. It's not like she's carrying the camera and trying to talk at the same time.
Thank you. That's a great point, Josh, because she did mention that. She'll go back to her house and sit down and edit the video and actually narrate, like John said, all through it. You can see she's not walking, so you don't hear her voice, breathing heavier or something like that.
Well, you also have to take into consideration wind,
Yeah.
and that's going to
Oh,
mess
thank
up
you.
your audio
Exactly.
like terrible. I will say removing audio clips depending on your editing software can be a little difficult, but it's definitely nothing to stress about. Which one do you want to go to?
So let's go to the fourth, under the favorites, go to the fourth one up. I thought that was kind of cool. Down, one below that one. That might be-
Okay, so you're watching this video and you're thinking about
So
relocating or
let me
moving.
explain here. This was, what's the title of this video, Shannon?
Pros and cons of living in
So all I
Nashville.
did, just so you know, how do I find the most dominant videos on YouTube? All I did was type in moving to Nashville, Tennessee. That tells me if whoever comes up can catch algorithm, can catch the most audience, the highest views, all that, right?
One of the things I want to point out with YouTube in particular, YouTube is owned by Google, which means if you Google something a lot, like if you Google moving to Nashville, Tennessee, it's more likely that your video is going to show up because YouTube caters to Google because it's owned by Google. So obviously it's going to cater to Google. So if you put your video more towards Google products, like, if you're like, hey, I'm Nashville, Tennessee, I'm moving to Nashville, if you cater your video towards certain keywords,
Yeah, like moving
to things like that, the algorithm will try to put your video more towards the top of what someone's looking for.
I gotta believe there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos realtors are out there making it, and this gentleman here came up number one. That's why I posted.
Well,
We don't need to watch it. Nothing special about it. He just talks about Nashville. In fact, for my money, it was way too long. But if I'm moving to Nashville, there's a lot of great info on there.
but if I'm
I mean, right? But I'm not moving to Nashville. He talked way too long.
yeah.
Let's see what it's just come seconds. I want to see what he's.
Nashville, Tennessee. And in this video, I want to share the pros and the cons of living in Nashville. And if you stay towards the end of the video, I'll
Which
share
is
some
really
secrets
interesting
about
that he's
living
willing to
in
go
Nashville.
on there and talk about the negatives too.
I like that.
He's not just saying, "Oh, come to Nashville. Here it
Oh,
is,
it's
the
a great
greatest
place
thing."
to live.
living."
We have
Exactly.
the-
He's telling you, but you
Yeah.
also have to consider this, which most people or most agents wouldn't talk about.
Let's hit the next one. I'm going to go to actually the one below. That one.
So I do want to point out right off the bat, love the camera shots. They're great. But if you're just starting out doing YouTube, don't expect to be doing that right off the bat, because things like that cost like a drone and things like that. So just be cautious of that.
Hey, what's up everyone? Mark Davis here and welcome to the Colorado Springs Life. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about one of the most in-demand new home communities here in the Springs. They've got 5 of the top builders in there to choose from, with hundreds of acres reserved for green spaces, parklands,
drone shot
great
right there,
schools,
right?
lots of shopping.
Yeah, that would be a drone shot. I also do want to point out, if you're doing graphics like this,
Colorado
the
Springs
So
Life.
how,
And
let
in
me
this
ask,
video,
how's he pulling that off? He's
so
sitting in front of how's he pulling that off?
so typically so let's break this down a little bit. The background obviously could possibly be a random image off of Google, but you could easily pull it off by having a green screen. I will say with certain editing softwares, getting rid of a green screen could be a little difficult. I've had issues with it in the past. It could be a little frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. However, doing like a little graphics like this, the welcome to Colorado Springs Life, I'm not saying this is what he did, but usually most of the time things like this are a template on a video editing software. So it would be easy for you to do, but if you're trying to do a green screen and put an image in the background like he has here, that could be a little difficult. It could be a little advanced for someone just starting out.
Eric, at least anyone can go out there and do it. Would you say that?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
this is a little bit more
Ex-
high-tech.
Exactly. And if you don't know editing, something like Erica's video where it's just, the iPhone video in like the corner, something like that's really easy. If you want to get more advanced, you can get a green screen and have you talking throughout the video with a green screen, but it's a little more difficult. So
We can move on.
video, we're gonna be talking.
So we only have about 10 minutes left, so let's see what else we have. A guy, the third one down from the top.
YouTube for real estate agents. If you're not currently using YouTube for your real estate business, you are missing out big time. You're also missing out on incredible opportunities for endless lead generation. In this video, I want to show you not just the importance of YouTube, but I'm going to show you step by step a full tutorial of exactly how to use YouTube to generate leads and scale your real estate business.
Okay, I only pulled that up in reference to, what's his name? Can you tell me what's his name?
Mike
Mike Sherrard?
Sherrard.
Yeah. So just Google that, and this guy has a ton of videos on how to get started with video. Excellent stuff. So go right below that one. This is kind of cute. I thought it was.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Seneca with the Jamie Seneca team and Remax Advisors, and today I'm standing in front of one of our newest homes for sale that I cannot wait to show you. This is the perfect home. Drop your things. and just unwind. This home has over 2,800 total square feet, but thankfully the walk is not too far over to your upgraded kitchen where you can grab a glass, pour yourself some wine after a long day. Cheers! Head on over into your family room and sit down on that comfortable couch, turn on that big screen TV, and just relax. And when the time comes for you to go to sleep,
I
just
found this video because I looked for, I think I Googled something like or good videos or great real estate videos, and this one came up.
So I do want to point out, YouTube has certain things where if you look up how-to videos, if you Google a certain word, if you put into YouTube a certain word enough amount of times, it'll show more of that on. So if you look here, one of the key words that I want to point out is funny. And
Okay, I think I might have put
I looked at a couple of her videos and a lot of them say funny. And so that's kind of catering to a key word, and that key word not hinders, but it caters to the YouTube algorithm to put certain videos on certain people's pages. So if you're Googling real estate this, or if you're watching funny videos, it'll take those two things and combine them together, and you'll get things like this.
Not just from her, from everybody that has that word.
Yeah. So, and
How effective do you think that this is, John? A video like this with a real
Well, I haven't seen the whole video on this yet.
But
So.
go. Well, she does a couple cute things, but go towards the end so we can get to the point. Not quite. Back up. Right about there. You gotta kill the punchline already. So.
relax and make a slide.
That's creative.
Right?
That's creative. I mean, she's putting it all out there for sure.
So don't forget to bring a towel and your furniture to this beautiful home
I like
in
that.
Coral Springs.
see, it's cute. See, and one of the more important things about YouTube and in social media in general, which is discussed in the starter pack, you do need to create a niche or something interesting towards you. What makes you stand out from other people? Because not everyone's just going to sit through a 3-minute video of you telling them where the bathroom is.
And she's doing something different. I mean, falling into the pool or jumping into the pool like she did says, "Hey, I'll do anything to sell you a home."
Exactly.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Let's see what else we have. I think we only have about 5 minutes left. So just grab any one of those, Shannon, if you wouldn't mind. Kind of talk about it.
So you're thinking of moving
Oh,
out of California,
yes,
coming
this
to Dallas,
struck me
Texas?
as well.
In today's video, I'm going to tell you about myself and my story and the main reasons that I left California and moved to Dallas, Texas. My name's
think
AJ,
of
I'm
the
with the
few
Living in
people who
Dallas
moved
team,
to California
and I
to-
went through exactly what
No,
To Texas?
maybe.
Oh, there's tons. There's
Oh.
thousands of them.
Yeah.
And that's just niche. That's when you said the word niche, it made me think of this guy right here.
you guys are about to go through. Moving out of state to Dallas, Texas. But let me tell you, it was the
So,
best
oh,
decision that I ever
yeah.
made.
How do I make stuff like that happen? That little subscribe button there.
So that could be a little more difficult. There could be, I'm sure somewhere on the internet you could probably find a template for that, but that's not gonna generally be in any old video editing software. But if you look
Myself
at
and
the
my
way,
story and the main reasons
on,
that
let
I
me-
left California and moved to Dallas, Texas. My name's AJ, I'm with the Living in Dallas team, and I went through exactly what you guys are about to go through. Moving out of state to Dallas, Texas.
so see things like it coming up onto screen, that's an easy animation to do. The plus side of video editing softwares is if you create it in a different composition, you can easily add it onto any video. You just need to take the time out of your day to create it once, and then you can use it really for the rest of time.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you there, but with about 3 minutes left, let's break it down. If I say, I want to go all in on video, the video is going to be my thing. What really quick steps, because you'll find out tomorrow in our class on tomorrow in tomorrow's meeting, but what would be one of the first things I want to do?
So one of the first things you want to do is definitely get a good camera. That's top priority out of everything. That's a great example. It's the iPhone 13, right? iPhone 13 is a great video camera. I have the iPhone 11. It still takes great pictures and videos. Really, any new camera works great. So if you want to start doing video and if you want to start really getting into social media, the most important thing is your camera quality. I can't tell you how many times I've scrolled on TikTok or not watched a YouTube video simply because I couldn't stand the video quality, or the amount of times that I've been scrolling through Instagram and just completely ignored a post because the quality wasn't great. So that's one of the things I can't stress enough is your camera. That's the most important thing.
So is that all the equipment I'm going to need? And what about a
So,
gimbal? What about?
You can use a gimbal. No one likes a shaky camera, so you can get a gimbal. It's not the most important thing. If you look at Erica's video, you could tell it's a little shaky because she's obviously not filming with a gimbal. So
Yeah,
it will.
She mentioned a gorilla, something gorilla too.
That's the tripod.
Yeah, so a tripod is great if you don't want to spend the money on a gimbal. A tripod is great. It's not going to have the same effect as a gimbal because gimbal stabilizes. But I do think that if you just do a tripod or if you're just holding your phone regularly, it will add some character. I don't recommend it because it's not going to look extremely
What does the
professional, but
what's the gimbal run?
I think 100. Yeah, 100, around 100. Whereas tripods, you can easily get one on Amazon for like $30, maybe 20.
Well, needless to say, you don't need to spend a whole lot.
You really don't need a lot. I mean, well, you kind of do have to spend a lot of money on like an iPhone because they're a little pricey. But and then iPhones have great video editing softwares on them. One of the great ones, VN Editor, which our broker Damon loves VN Editor, and it works all right, and it works if you have a Samsung as well. Because I don't want to just cater to iPhones, but I will admit they do have the better camera quality. Although there are newer Samsung phones and newer Android phones that do have great camera quality and but video editing softwares, if you don't know how to use a computer or if computer is not your forte, the video editing softwares on your phone are also great, and you can also get them on your iPad or tablet. And that will allow you to have a bigger screen and allow you to edit.
iPhone, high quality, late model iPhone is a must. A gimbal, questionable whether if you want to use that or not. I would recommend that.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
You're going to go around shooting models.
Mhm.
You're going to go through rooms and talk about it.
It's in a level the picture.
It will definitely allow you to get that it will definitely allow you to get that drone feel because it's so stable and it will feel cleaner. So I would recommend it, but if you don't got the cash for it right now, then you really don't need much. Exactly.
Hey, if you guys are willing to do video, whoever's willing to do video out there, we'll put it out there. You can use our gimbal, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
rent it
So I think that
For $40 an hour.
$40 an hour. Exactly.
I think what we're trying to get to here and finish this so we can lead into our sales meeting is, we are all in on video right now. We are all in on all of these things that we're talking about. We are going to keep pushing it and keep learning it and keep teaching it until our sales force is the best in the valley. So if you are interested in video and learning more about video, we're going to be the place to be.
I think we ended with that. That was perfectly said, John Stoll.
All right. Well,
We're
we'll
gone. We're
see
outta
you
here.
all next week.
Are we off?